Our next project we're working on is the transmission because we've had some problems with it.
Yep, we're really struggling getting it into gear when we first fire up the Cortez. It's not until the transmission gets really warm that we're able to use the gearbox very easily. So we have a number of jobs that we want to get done today to try and fix that.
So hopefully by the end of these jobs, we'll actually be able to get our Cortez into gear and drive it away.
Oh, there be love, love, love. Wherever you go, 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 there be love.
Hi y'all, I'm Elle.
Hey up, I'm Andy.
And this beast of a project that we have before us is our 1965 Clark Cortez motorhome that we are restoring. So talk to me about the work that you want to do today. What am I supposed to know?
Okay, so today we are working on our transmission. I have our trusty Clark Equipment Operators Manual, and we have several jobs that we're going to work through.
Okay.
The first job we are going to do is we are going to grease our shift lever ball pivot.
Okay, so how do we do that?
So you need to remove the rubbish and dust out of the bottom of the rubber gator, because I just think that's not helping everything move. And then we need to go inside the engine bay. There's a dust cover that we need to lift up. Lift it up, get a quick clean wipe out, get rid of all the old grease that we can, and just pack in some new grease that we've got.
Okay, so we'll start there and do that.
Yep. Get a bit of grease up round here to help keep things lubricated and protected. Okay, can you change gear? Now go into reverse.
Okay.
Now go back into first. Perfect. We're just going to give a quick test just to see actually if that's made a difference to getting it in gear. So we're going to quickly fire it up and see what it's like. I can get the key in the ignition.
Please work.
So, right gear. Okay. Well, that's a bit easier than it was.
Every does this every time now.
So clearing all that old grease out has definitely made a difference. It's still really notchy, so we're going to have a quick look at the clutch adjustment. Can you read me what it says in the manual again about the adjustment?
Okay. So it says, to test for correct cylinder push rod length, push up on the clutch arm item D, then pull down until the clutch release bearing comes in contact with the clutch fingers. And then it says like a little note after it. It says adjustment should be made if more than 1/8 inch play is evident between the two positions.
Okay. There's like no movement at all.
Okay.
So that might actually explain why it's so difficult to release. If it's too tight, it might not be releasing properly. Let me back it off just half a turn just to test it. We can always put it back if it doesn't work. This is how we do the adjustment. This shaft here gets pushed down when you push the clutch pedal down. It moves this arm here, which releases the clutch from the flywheel. These two nuts are how you do the adjustment. You've got this bottom one, which is a lock nut, and then the upper one is an adjustment nut. So what we're going to do is we're going to this bottom one, and we're just going to give it a half a turn down, and then we're just going to bring the upper nut that down to tighten up to the lower lock nut, just like that. So now let's see if there's a bit of adjustment, a bit of movement in that now. Okay, so let's give that a try.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much nicer. Like, it really is. I mean, it's not like super easy, but it's a lot nicer than it was.
Okay, great. Let's do a test with the engine fired up, and we'll see what it's like. I mean,
Looks great.
it's a world better than it was.
Yeah.
We'll leave it as it is for now. We'll come back another day and we'll test it from cold. We can always adjust it a bit more. As I mentioned, it definitely needs some new transmission fluid in it. We'll get some of that ordered and get that changed. We'll include that another day. But for now, I think we've done great.
Yay! Day 2 at the farm, and we are changing the transmission oil because we've mentioned before we've had some trouble getting it into gear when we first fire it up.
Yeah, we also don't know when the last time, if ever, the transmission oil has been changed. That means if it hasn't, it's like 50 years old and he's definitely ready for a change out.
Alright.
So we're just going to give you a quick show of what actually usually happens when we try and get it into gear when we first fire it up. It's cold, so I need to open the choke. Ooh. Come on.
Don't die on us, baby.
There we go. So, normally, you put the clutch down in the car and it goes into gear. And on this, it just won't go in gear.
He's in third.
So, we have to keep playing around with it.
Third. Second.
And that's what happens if you try and put it in reverse. But now it's gone into third.
Okay.
So now everything lines up.
Okay.
So we're ready to drive away.
Alright, so we're just going to drive it up and down the farm.
Well, in 5 years' time we could be walking round a zoo with the sun shining down over me and you, and there'll be love in the bodies of the elephants too, and I'll put my hands over your eyes that you'll peek through, and there'll be sun, sun, sun all over our bodies, and sun, sun, sun all down our necks, and sun, sun, sun all over our faces, and sun, sun, sun. So what the heck?
If you've wanted a tour of my aunt and uncle's farm, here is the tour we're about to take.
'Cause I'll be laughing at all your silly little jokes, and I'll be laughing about how we used to smoke all those stupid little cigarettes and drink stupid wine, 'cause it's what we needed.
A big wide turn because their last can't handle tight one.
You have a good time, and it was fun, fun, fun. When we were drinking, it was fun, fun, fun. When we were drunk, and it was fun, fun, fun. When we were laughing, it was fun, fun, fun. Oh, it was fun.
There's where the goats live, and all the chicken houses for the chickens that they used to have.
Well, I look at you and say,
Oh, y'all, there's the cemetery that we mentioned earlier.
it's the happiest that I've ever been. And I'll say I no longer feel I have to be James Dean. And she'll say, yeah, well, I feel.
We're about to pass the house that my mom and uncle lived in for some time. She said they lived in it for months. She wanted to correct me because I said in her last video for the thank you to our subscribers that they lived in for days. But that's the house. Very run down now. It obviously did not look like that when they lived in it.
I'm pretty happy too, and I'm always pretty happy when I'm just kicking back with you. And there'll be love, love, love.
You might get a glimpse of the pond. It's where they go fishing. And it's stocked with amazing fish that are really big, I'm told.
All through our bodies and love, love, love. All through our minds and it'd be love, love.
And out here they have a garden and they plant hay for the cows.
Love all over her face and love, love, love all over mine. Although maybe all these moments are just in my head, I'll be thinking about them as I'm lying in bed. And all that I believe, it might not even come true, but in my mind I'm having a pretty good time with
And
them.
that's our quick and fast tour of the farm.
The drain plug is at the back. The fill plug is to the side, we can see that. So let's get the gearbox oil dropped.
Am I to assume it's coming in then? Okay. I had to loosen it a little bit. Okay, I did it! The first catastrophic event of the day. I was told to clean this sump plug.
Sump. S-U-M-P.
Sump plug. And to get really well into these tiny crevices. And so I raised it up and went like this. And all of this brake cleaner went into my eyes. And you saved my life.
I saved your life and your eyes. I'm a hero.
By putting water in them. And it's still sturdy. And I'm still very scared of this, Andrew. But I'm alive to tell the tale. Thank you for saving my life.
You're welcome.
But-
And unlike...
But also being the cause of my life almost ending.
Hang on a minute, that's not fair.
You told me to clean this.
If I told you to jump off a bridge, would you?
So I'm hoping today goes better because right now I feel defeated about that.
That's all our gearbox oil drained. As you can see, it's a horrible black, sludgy, gross mess. Definitely ready for changing. It's also reminded me of how bad gearbox oil actually smells. It's horrendous. This is our new stuff that we're pouring in. It comes in these nice, cool, squeezy bottles. So all we have to do is cut the top off, squirt it into the filler plug until it's full.
Now push it all the way up against it.
Push it in.
Okay.
Yep.
It's all the way.
Yep.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it until it's empty. Is that full? It shouldn't be full already.
We're trying this again. And how come?
So we put the new gearbox fluid in and it filled up really quick within like 2 bottles. So we've done a bit more research. There's a second drain. We're just going to check it to see if old transmission oil comes out of it. If clear comes out of it, the amount of gearbox oil that is required is obviously just not detailed correctly.
Okay, let's try it.
Oh, that's black. Look at the colour of that. So that's old gearbox oil.
Transmission mission completed. We have dropped the oil and we had a bit of a hiccup finding all of the plugs, but we found them.
It's my fault.
It's okay. And so we have filled it back up.
Yep. So we've got a bit more to put back in there, but for now,
Let's go home.
home time.
Let's go home. You were covered in dirt.
Standard.
Come on, baby. Take us home.
That's a song.
Remember to follow us on our other projects, and we would love it if you subscribe, leave us a message, and let us know a little bit about you, what you think of this project, and we'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.
Bye.
It was fun, fun, fun when we were laughing. It was
What are you working on?
The transmission with this.
Okay.
Give me 3 seconds.
Oh, look at me, I'm sat properly.
What did you just say?
I said, oh, look at me, I'm just sat properly.
Why are you so weird all the time?
I think it's the water in Virginia, to be honest.
Come on. Are you ready?
I'm waiting for you. Look at me. I look like Mr. What's the guy with the red cardigan on that Tom Hanks is playing? I don't know. I'm not American. What's his name?
Come on.
Mr.
What do you think his name is?
I was going to say Jangles, but I know that's wrong. Wasn't he the killer in American Horror
Yes.
Story? Told you it was Mr. Rogers.
Ready?
Yeah, I can't remember who's starting now.
I'm starting.
Oh, sweet. And then we're just going to bring the upper nut. It's really difficult when you've got rubber gloves on. Or you can't use a spanner. One of the two. There we go.
This might be the end of the video. We might show what?
We might include the oil change.
Do we want to? I'm sorry. I'm going to end this early.
Okay.
Do we?
Excuse us. The thing is, we've got to get the transmission oil hot before we drop it.
So you're saying we need to go for a ride?
I'm just talking, let's go up and down the farm like for 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
Why don't we go on the road?
Because it's not registered.
Let's not have this.
She wants to do illegal stuff.
Okay, stop it.